Ahead on DC News Now at 10, a juvenile is shot in Frederick, Maryland. What we know about the investigation. Plus, a hit-and-run investigation is underway in the district where police want you to know about the driver that got away. And it's the weekend. We've got you covered with lots of free activities coming up right here in the DMV.
And the weather, for the most part, is going to cooperate for all those activities here in the DMV as we talk about maybe a few rain showers. And really, again, it's a slight chance of seeing some showers for tomorrow night. We'll break it all down for you with that full 7-day forecast. And there is a bit of a chill in it. I can't let you know too much more until this full 7-day coming up.
All right. Thanks, Scott. Good evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 10. I am Annalisa Gale. We start with the U.S. Department of Education now taking applications for federal student loan debt relief in a test run. Our Michaela Newton spoke with student loan borrowers today about that process.
The Department of Education launched a beta test of its website Friday, allowing federal student loan borrowers to begin submitting applications for some debt relief. The website is a quick application for borrowers to put in sensitive information like their first and last name and social security number. And while I spoke with some students who say they're excited about some relief that may be coming, others say it seems too good to be true.
On paper, it sounds like a good idea. I like it because obviously I'm going to have student debt, but I don't know if there's going to be any consequences. I don't know if that might raise taxes, might raise something else.
I'm honestly really excited. I took out loans for the first time this year, so I'm excited to see if I can actually not have to worry about it too much.
The beta launch for studentaid.gov started on Friday night. The long-awaited one-time plan was launched this year by President Biden for eligible borrowers to receive $10,000 or $20,000 in debt relief based on their income and other factors. Not everyone is in need of relief. Some people say their loans are paid off, but they believe people that do have student loans should be able to get the help they need.
I think it's wonderful. Student debt was crushing, and if there is help to be given, I definitely think, it should be made available.
I was really fortunate in how it went down for me, but for other people, this aid that Biden is giving them it's significant.
The department says they expect to have a final version of the site completed by the end of October, and the application period will run until December 31st. Once your form is submitted, they'll determine your eligibility and work with your loan servicer. Michaela Newton, DC News Now.
New tonight, Frederick police are looking for a suspect who shot a juvenile. According to the Frederick Police Department, around 10:30 this morning, officers responded to a shooting near Waverly Drive. That's where they found a juvenile with a gunshot wound to his upper body. The boy's age is unknown at this time.
I was shocked. I heard that there was an alert that was sent to my friend's phone regarding that someone was shot.
And we are still waiting for more information about that boy's condition at this time. And an update now on the Arlington NAACP leader shot and killed in Turks and Caicos. 31-year-old Kent Carter, who served as the vice president of the NAACP chapter, will be laid to rest next Saturday, October 22nd, with a public viewing from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Mount Olive Baptist Church in Arlington. A live stream of parts of that service will be provided. Carter was murdered on October 2nd while on a vacation. Turks and Caicos police charged a 31-year-old this week in connection to suspected gang-related activities, according to the Washington Post. Also new tonight in the district, police are investigating a hit and run in Southeast. They say just before 10 p.m. on Friday, they got a call about a woman and a girl in the 3900 block of First Street after they were hit by someone driving a white four-door car. The two were then transported to the hospital for treatment for unknown injuries. Police are still searching for that driver that failed to stop. Well, state police are also investigating a deadly crash in Frederick, Maryland. It happened just before 9:30 p.m. on Friday. We've learned that an 89-year-old man was driving down Harmony Road and tried to cross over to Route 40. At the same time, a pickup truck was traveling on Route 40, and the two vehicles then collided. The 89-year-old killed in that crash has been identified as Donald Frederick Reinecke. The other driver is being treated for serious injuries. Well, the man who killed 17 people at a Florida high school was spared from a death penalty this week by just 3 votes. 9 out of 12 jurors in that case against Parkland shooter Nicholas Cruz voted to execute him, but anything less than a unanimous vote means the death penalty can't be handed down. Jeff Patterson with our sister station WFLA in Florida looks at how the victims' families now are reacting to the jury's recommendations.
With the families of the victims sitting in the courtroom, Judge Elizabeth Schur read one by one through the jury's decision on each of Nicholas Cruz's 17 victims.
The first-degree murder of Peter Wang was committed in a cold, calculated, and premeditated manner.
Many, including the victims' families, expected to hear that Cruz would be sentenced to death for the crimes he admitted to. But the judge continued to read the jury's decision.
1 or more individual jurors find that 1 or more mitigating circumstances was established by the greater weight of the evidence.
As a result, not all of the jurors could agree on a sentence of death.
We are beyond disappointed with the outcome today.
Family members of the victims were beyond upset, beyond hurt.
I'm disgusted with our legal system. I'm disgusted with those jurors. I'm disgusted with the system.
Several of the families say today's decision sends the wrong message about school shootings.
Our justice system should have been used to punish this shooter to the fullest extent of the law, not as an act of revenge, but to protect our nation's schools.
Now, the current president of the Florida Prosecuting Attorneys Association believes the legislature will consider changing the laws next year so a single vote can't overturn the majority decision. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis criticized the sentence on Friday, but wasn't specific about what changes he'd like to support. The judge is expected to officially sentence Cruz next month, but legally can't go against the jury's recommendations. Well, a policy preventing the deportation of hundreds of thousands of immigrants brought into the country as children is here to stay for now. A federal judge has ruled the Daca program can continue at the end of the month with the previous limitations. Those limitations say there can be no new applicants, but current recipients can continue to be in it and review their applications. Again, DC News Now is your local election headquarters, and as we get closer to Election Day 2022, ballot drop boxes are open across the district. People can drop off their mail-in ballots at any drop box at any time between now and 8 p.m. on Election Day, Tuesday, November 8th. There are more than 50 drop boxes all across 8 wards. And as for Maryland, ballot drop boxes are already open. In total, there are 281 across the state. The deadline to request a mail-in ballot by mail is November 1st. Voters can also request an email with a link to a mail-in ballot by November 4th, but make sure you're registered to vote. The deadline to register is Tuesday, October 18th. With the midterm elections just over 3 weeks away now, Maryland Republican gubernatorial candidate Dan Cox has had some challenges in his own party with fundraising, but former President Donald Trump is hoping to come to his rescue. Will it be enough, though? DC News Now's political and government reporter takes a look at what's next for him.
Cox hasn't had much support from Maryland Republicans financially, but Cox, who has backed the false claims that the 2020 election was stolen from Trump, could get a serious windfall from the former president at a Monday fundraiser. The price tag for a picture with Trump and Cox, $25,000. Dan Cox has had a rough go of it with his Democratic opponent Westmore outraising him 10-1. Maryland Republican Party hasn't raised a cent for him since the last campaign finance report on August 23rd. That comes after the two-term GOP governor, Larry Hogan, said he won't support Cox's candidacy. But Trump has opened his Mar-a-Lago estate for a $1,176 per person event on Monday. Cox sounded confident this week.
Well, that fundraiser, is it too little too late in terms of you getting a boost in this campaign financially?
Oh, no, we started selling tickets about a month ago, so the money's been there.
Will we see some ads at the airwaves? More ads coming?
More ads are coming. We're looking forward to it.
Traditionally, it is very difficult for any candidate to win without some financial backing from a political party. The next campaign finance reports are due October 28th, just before the November 8th election. For DC News Now, I'm Leonard N. Fleming.
And speaking of the Maryland election, according to Wallet Hub, Maryland is the most politically engaged state in the country. States were graded based on things like their number of registered voters, how many people voted in the 2018 midterm elections, and voter accessibility policies. So let's get into the rankings for our area. So again, Maryland claimed the #1 spot. Virginia also ranked high, coming in at #3. DC's level of political engagement wasn't measured, though. And West Virginia falls very far behind from the rest of the region, being ranked at number 49 out of 50. The study also found that blue states on average are more politically active than red states. Internationally, the United States has very low voter turnout. Out of 35 developed nations, the U.S. ranks number 30.